Introduction. The Legend of the Algerian Revolution. The Legend of the Algerian Revolution. Larbi Ben Mhidi is one of the martyrs who died in defense of Algeria's freedom. He was a leader and fighter of high caliber. He was born in eastern Algeria in the city of Ain Melilla in 1923 and in 1939 he joined the ranks of the Islamic Scouts. Presentation. Mhidi conquered the generals of the enemy. Conquering the generals of the French enemy. He is an outstanding leader. That is why he was arrested more than once. In 1945 he was arrested and subjected to torture and interrogation before he was released. He later joined the special organization, as he was one of the first to join it and became the most prominent element in it, and then became responsible for the military wing in 1949 he was also at the same time Deputy Chief of Staff for the secret organization in the Algerian East, and he graduated in national political positions until he became responsible for the organization in the year 1950 and the biography of Larbi Ben Mhidi makes us very proud of him, where Larbi Ben Mhidi was very active during his activity with the revolution, as he played a prominent role in preparing for the armed revolution that took place in Algeria against French colonialism. He began to persuade many people to join the revolution, and he had a famous saying that he always repeated: "Throw the revolution into the street and the people will embrace it, and also give us your tanks and planes, and we will voluntarily give you our bags and our guns." After this, Larbi Ben Mhidi became the first leader in Oran region, and he worked hard for the Sumim conference to be held in 1958 as it was a historic conference that Larbi Ben Mhidi carried out against French colonialism, and the mobilization he carried out against them. LMHIDI was arrested in late February of the year 1957 and he received cruel and severe torture in which his skin peeled off. Despite this, he never gave up, never changed his positions, and never compromised on his principles. He remained steadfast and an example to follow in struggle and heroism, until he became the true icon of the Algerian people, and he rose as a martyr, and his biography is honorable, and his name was written in the bright pages of history books that tell the stories of the martyrs, which we will tell our children and grandchildren. The mention of Larbi Ben Mhidi did not cease from the course of heroism and sacrifice, as everyone owes him and his ilk for victory and liberation from brutal French colonialism, and a fierce warrior who did not give up despite the constant threats that were being pursued by the French colonialists. Larbi Ben Mhidi is an example of the martyrs of Algeria who are credited with the country's liberation from tyranny. He is truly an enduring icon and a source of pride for all Arabs. He was one of the nationally and religiously committed men, and he relied on God in all his steps until he attained the honor of martyrdom. On the human level, he was kind and affectionate, and he was called the Wise. He had an insightful future vision that made him draw a clear line for his life so that his life would be with a goal, as he is truly one of the Poles of Algeria who died in his way and did not stingy on his homeland with anything, as he exhausted the French colonialism with the honorable struggle that he led. He was a man of struggle, known for his gentle manners and his hatred of French colonialism. What was most preoccupied with Larbi Ben Mhidi was the future of his homeland, Algeria, and when it would be liberated from colonialism, struggling peoples who seek liberation from the burden of colonialism. That is why the mention of the Arab martyr Ben Mhidi will remain as the beacon that guides the Algerian people. To remember his righteous martyrs who were never stingy with the spirit, the martyr